You know, I told myself, I don't really want to cover Avatar right now. It has nothing to do with me not liking the series or me thinking that so many people have talked about it. I just knew that I had so much on my plate that actually sitting down and doing the research to make like a full-fledged sort of series review or even season review of Avatar, I know that's going to take me at least 2 months if we're talking about keeping videos consistent while I do that. But it is crazy that I literally just put out a video about a spin-off or remake or a continuation or adaptation that is made without the creators' input on it to now have to talk about another project that the creators are not working on anymore. Yes, there was a reimagined sort of live action remake of Avatar set in production 2019, and the original creators were brought on to be showrunners, executive producers. However, on August 12th, both creators, Michael Dante DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, apologies if I'm butchering any of those, both departed the show due to creative differences. This came out very recently. In fact, one of the creators had an open letter to the Avatar The Last Airbender fans, and I kind of want to pick at it a little bit, but I don't want to read it word for word. Instead, I'll put that in the description and pinned comment so that you guys can read it. But for me, I kind of want to talk more about the broader subject, but let's pick at this a little bit. When Brian and I signed onto the project in 2018, we were hired as executive producers and showrunners. In a joint announcement for the series, Netflix said that it was committed to honoring our vision for this retelling and to supporting us on creating the series, and we expressed how excited we were for the opportunity to be at the helm. Unfortunately, things did not go as we hoped. I think it's very important that the creators are highlighting the fact that the people that they were talking to at Netflix said that they were committed to honoring the vision, because when it comes to Nickelodeon and Netflix, you have things such as the Invader Zim Enter the Florpus thing, you have Rocko's Modern Life, and these are both projects that were continued on with the creator that came out really well. In fact, moving away from Netflix, you had the continuation of Samurai Jack finishing it off on Adult Swim. That also involved the creator, and that went really well. I think in the age of reboot culture now, a lot of people default to saying that now the Avatar live action Netflix series is ruined, and that may be so. In my opinion, I think that can be a justified opinion if we were to look at its track history. When Avatar The Last Airbender went live action before the movie, a lot of people didn't like that movie. In fact, as I binged the show with a friend I watched in prison, I think it's the 6th episode. So in that episode, we talk about Aang, Katara, and Sokka. They all see an Earth Kingdom. It's taken aboard the Fire Nation ship. It's a metal ship, impervious to earth bending, and they've broken the spirits of the Earth Kingdom. Again, their spirits are broken, so they don't hop on and fight against and lead a rebellion and try to escape.
Foolish girl. You thought a few inspirational words and some coal would change these people? Their spirits were broken a long time ago.
But then it ends with this awesome scene, and when you compare that to the movie really did that scene dirty, and it really took all of the emotions and implications and just the raw arts of that episode and just turned it to crap. Once again, there is a universe out there where this live action Netflix series is good, and I don't necessarily want to plant it in your minds or my mind that it's automatically going to be crap because the creator isn't involved in it. There are a lot of continuations and reboots and spin-offs that don't revolve around the creator that have come out good, and that's one of the points I wanted to make in the Patrick Talk Show video. In fact, in the article itself, even the creator himself says that the live action adaptation of Avatar could be good. You may enjoy it, but it's not going to be their vision. But anyway, let's get back to the article. I also sought wisdom from Stoic philosophers who are big on differentiating between what is within our control and what isn't. I realized I couldn't control the creative direction of the series, but I could control how I responded. So I chose to leave the project. It was the hardest professional decision I've ever had to make, and certainly not one that I took lightly, but it was necessary for my happiness and creative integrity. Now, even though I have been adding a preface to my opinions by saying that this adaptation can still be good, I do want to say that I'm not particularly confident about it. In fact, when I look at the website, when you look at the archives, it goes from September 2016 to August 2020. So this is something that the creator really wanted us to know from him, one of them. So to see him leave, I don't know exactly what I should be expecting. All I have is to go off of the history. And the history with Nickelodeon and Netflix and their partnership and the creations that come about it is relatively good. However, that's animation that I'm talking about. When it comes to live action adaptations, forget moving it over to Netflix. The Fairly Odd Parents movies, not all of them were good. Nickelodeon's live action recently, not all of it is very good. The adaptation of Avatar, it's not really good. So I don't necessarily trust it, not particularly because of the fact that Netflix and the creators parted ways, but I really didn't trust it in the beginning purely because of the fact that it was live action. Nickelodeon doesn't have a great track history when it comes to live action, when it comes to the quality of it. I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong if it does come out and I end up enjoying it, but when we think of Avatar, we really do think of very expressive animation, beautifully choreographed fight scenes, raw emotion mixed with raw art at its highest potential. There's a reason why a lot of people consider Avatar to be their favorite Nicktoon. It's very unfortunate that when you look at the non-animation properties of Avatar, you don't really have a lot of great things. I did notice when researching this that a novel is going to be made around the Avatar franchise, and that's pretty cool, and I can't wait to see more about that. But like I said on Twitter, when it comes to spin-offs and adaptations, you are essentially tapping into a built-in fan base, and the fact that the original series built that fan base, that, by the way, still makes things trend on Twitter to this day. Avatar came out over a decade ago. In fact, some of these episodes are coming up on 15 years, and they still hold up. You're tapping into a fan base that is already built in, so a lot of people are going to go in with expectations based off of the original material. This is not something that you can phone in. It's part of the pros and cons of making a spin-off. The pros, you get a built-in audience. You don't have to test a new IP in front of an audience and see if they'll like it or if they'll throw it aside. They already like Avatar as a concept and as the execution if we're talking about the original, and I've actually seen a lot of people really like The Legends of Korra. But the con is that there is a raised expectation because their standards are raised. And what better adaptation to have raised standards on than Avatar, because a lot of people believe that the animation execution, so the original series, was really good. And we have the technology now to completely do the exact same with a live adaptation. In fact, I actually want to shout out Jacob E-Man for this 3D made intro that he made alongside his team. It looks amazing. This is a small team that isn't affiliated with Nickelodeon or Netflix. If they can get that down pat without any direct involvement and cooperation with the creator, like this is something that they made on their own, imagine what you could do with the creator. However, like I said, there is a possibility, and I agree with the creator, that this can still be good, but this is very worrying because of the track record that Nickelodeon live action has, that Avatar live action has, and that things that aren't necessarily connected to the creator have recently. But let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. I'm sure a lot of you are disappointed. Also, make sure to check out Jacob. I'm gonna put his @ here. I really do want you guys to go support this team. I love to see animation stuff like this. I'll make sure to have all that in the description and the pinned comment. You already know. Anyways, Twitter, Instagram, Amino, Reddit, alphaj.show/panda. Go check it out and join the Panda Armada. Special thanks to the supporters of August. And until next time, take care. Alpha out.